Right now at 6, veterans and community activists descend on the VA clinic in Colorado Springs to make their voices heard.
They're upset over the news that staffing levels at the VA appear to be the latest target of government efficiency efforts. Good evening, I'm Heather Skoll.
And I'm Bart Bedsole. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight in Colorado Springs with angry and frustrated demonstrators outside the Floyd K. Lindstrom VA clinic.
It comes with news out of Washington that the VA is planning to whittle down its workforce by roughly 15%. KRDO 13's Tyler Cunnington is live outside the Lindstrom Clinic on Centennial Boulevard after speaking to some demonstrators and local nonprofits about these cuts. Tyler.
Yeah, that's right, Bart and Heather. Well, the Secretary of the Veterans Affairs Department tells me this afternoon that the idea of those cuts is to try to bring their staffing levels down to what they were in 2019. It's all, again, in that name of efficiency. Meanwhile, the veterans down here in El Paso County not exactly thrilled by the idea of downsizing. Veterans taking signs to the front of the Lindstrom VA clinic, one of 3 in Colorado Springs. Furious over this memo sent out just yesterday to VA leadership saying they'll be cutting their workforce from about 470,000 down to 398,000.
And there are people here whose heads are on the chopping block, and it is not at all justified.
The department secretary explaining he's sympathetic to those who may lose their jobs, but their internal review is all in the name of cleaning up inefficiencies and reviewing billions of dollars in contracts.
But the federal government does not exist to employ people. It exists to serve people. At the VA, we are focused on serving veterans better than ever before.
However, that message doesn't quite resonate with vets like Stuart Mills.
Kind of afraid that the staffing is going to decrease to a point to where I'm not able to get my benefits that I'm entitled to.
Meanwhile, Mount Carmel Veterans Services, a nonprofit serving southern Colorado for a decade, says the impact can't be measured just yet, but they will be at the ready for anyone affected by the layoffs.
We want to make sure our wraparound services come around the veteran and his or her family, which is most important, because if families are impacted by cuts, we want to help them as well.
Now, we heard back from El Paso County's Division of Veterans Services today. They stated that they support President Trump's executive orders and remain committed to providing comprehensive support to veterans and their families. Now, at this time, it's still unclear whether the 3,300 or so employees, that are hired by the Veterans Affairs Association here in Colorado will be impacted by those cuts. That is something, of course, we will remain keeping an eye on for the future. Reporting live here in Colorado Springs, Tyler Cunnington, KRDO 13.